Hi everybody, welcome. Welcome to this video titled Copilot and Item Substitutions inside of Business Central. My name is Craig Kreskis. I'm a partner solution architect here at Microsoft. And I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this video series. This is all part of a way to educate you on everything around Copilot, AI, machine learning, and agentic experiences inside of Business Central. Now, this video is focused on just item substitutions. And so I want you to think about scenarios where there are times when an organization runs short on inventory. And even when their inventory level drops to zero, right? For whatever reason, maybe it's poor planning or they fell through at some point, someone's radar, and they just didn't procure, the new items. So setting up substitutes can ensure that those customer needs are met without any delay. So let's take a look at how Copilot can help address a challenge that a business may have. And then again, if I don't have substitute items and I run out of inventory, I run the risk of not recognizing revenue or sales opportunities that might exist. So what you're going to do is we're going to open up an existing item. I'm going to use Copilot to suggest a substitute, and I'm going to go ahead and review, refine the results, and then I've got a Copilot challenge for you at the end that you could take advantage of in your own environment. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and open up the items page. And here you see again the list of items we have inside of inventory. Choose any item that you want. I'm going to go ahead and choose this Paris guest chair. And you'll notice inside of the ribbon, under the item tab, I have something called substitutions. And you'll see here, right, I don't have a substitution set up for this guest chair. So again, when a customer calls or submits an order, if I don't have a substitute, that's a risk of a lost opportunity or a lost sale. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. And Copilot is going to be my personal aid, my assistant. And by clicking on Copilot, you see it enters in a number of different substitutions that it's suggesting for me. Now, as an end user, I want to make sure I understand what were the parameters as to why. So I want to go ahead and turn on this lines and confidence. And what this does is when I go ahead and generate that, it's going to add a column, actually two columns you see here. It's going to have a column of a score and also a confidence level, right? So it gives me a little bit additional information that I could then determine whether or not these items should be a substitute for that Paris guest chair. Let me do some further editing here. We'll go ahead and select on that little edit icon. And inside the dialog box, I want to edit this to say, give me anything or any black chair. And then I go ahead and hit generate. And now notice I've got a fewer items that are in medium, right? So I went from 2 items that might be in a medium confidence to just now 1 because I don't have any other chairs that are black. And then you could do further understanding of this data by selecting either permissive, balanced, or precise. So if I have permissive, that's give me any search terms that's good enough. Balanced is just give me at least one of the terms that's included. So that would have been chair. But if I want to put precise, I want to get exactly to kind of being more precise in my results. And now notice when I generate that, it saw black and chair, and the score went much higher, and it gave me that higher confidence. I'm going to go ahead and insert that, and now you can see I've got one item that is available to me as a substitute. So again, I showed you how you can open up an existing item, use Copilot to generate results, refine those. Now I'm going to give you one challenge that you could explore in your environment today. Let's go back into that item list. And I'm going to go create a new item into my inventory. And go ahead and type that in. Go ahead and type that in. So I'm going to go ahead and select seat for one person, black. And let's go ahead and see what happens when I click on the substitutions. Obviously, I don't have any yet, but let's see what Copilot brings back. Again, interesting. I didn't say chair, right? I asked for one seat or one person a seat in black, but Copilot knew that it put in the word chair And same thing, you can start to use that lines and confidence and do the matching and generate. And it saw that based on my selection, I've got these 2 black chairs it wants to go ahead and suggest for that. So it's a little bit of a challenge, again, just to understand that Copilot is not looking for just the word chair, right? I use the word seat as a way to start to play around and use that as a challenge. So again, just an example on how you could take advantage of Copilot and using the item substitutions. I mentioned to you why that's important for a business. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this video. Again, my name is Craig. This video is focused on item substitutions, and I look forward to seeing you on a video again real soon.